Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, or whenever you're watching this live. If you're watching online and you're live, please do say hi with your name so that I get to see you. It makes my life easier, or my time with you online easier, because it just gives an impression that I'm talking to someone rather than talking to no one. That's me. That aside, I would like to take this opportunity to go back the last 2 days, because there's hardly any submissions apart from Laura, which she did yesterday. She did both our competitors and also audience. And there was a comment from Samantha saying that she doesn't know what her audience is, or something along that line. Or she's just didn't identify. If that question has not been answered, whatever I'm going to teach you today is not going to work out in the same, it will not give you that value. You see where I'm coming from? I am not saying you are you don't know who the audience is. I'm saying that you have not ironed out. Hey, Andrea, thank you for joining me. You have not ironed out who your audience exactly is. If you talk to everyone, you talk to no one, because they don't take that into account. Go to a shopping mall, go to a shopping mall, or go to shopping center, as we call in UK. Shout, hey. How many people are going to turn around? If you say, hey, Andrea, or hey, Sudha, it'll be just that person who's going to turn around, and other people will go. That same thing applies to audience as well. Like, hey, coaches will associate with you. They resonate with you. Hey, consultants, they resonate with you, because each and every group has got their own stories of, it might look like similar to another group, but they do have their own stories. For example, I love cooking, right? And I also explore other people's cuisine, like other countries' cuisine. And lockdown has given me more opportunities to compare notes with the ingredients, the way they do it. They call it different name, but the similar way they do it. And you think, it looks like the same thing mom does, or it looks like same thing my friend does. So you kind of get that idea and relate to yourself. This is why audience identification, or our audience avatar, which is a fad name these days, which is going around in the industry, coaching and client consulting industry, mostly coaching industry. Actually, it is a digital term. Avatar is a digital marketing. When we are going for user interface testing, or want some kind of research, we create an avatar. My avatar could be many. If I say 24-year-olds, I market to 24-year-old people, or I coach 24-year-old people to get lose their weight, or get their boyfriend, or have happy life. When you say that, or people in 20s or people in 30s, when you're so specific about it, you know what are the things they might follow, because we have a society where peer pressure is so much that we do certain things. Okay, so for example, Laura submitted her submission, day one task submission. I looked at it and I was like, my competitors are not doing anything what I would do. Be specific. What is that your competitors is doing, and what is that you do? If you say, I teach people to be happy, or I coach them to be happy, what is that coaching? No one is going to come and say to you, I want to be happy. Even if they say the happiness is called a different scale in their own. What makes them happy? Makes having a boyfriend who loves might make a 21-year-old happy, or a 21-year-old who is in a relationship, or who is a single mother, has got a different kind of happiness. So define that exclusively. What is that you do which can be called as your superpower? Okay, this is where I would say, don't generalize things. Okay, don't generalize. Happiness is leading, that is the end result. What is that you're doing to get that end result? So that is one thing. And second thing is, if you don't have this audience nailed down, you cannot talk to them in the post. For example, if you think your audience is, please do bear with me in this. I might be rambling, but I am rambling with a purpose. Okay, so a 20-year or 20s, people in 20s, because they have got certain pattern which you can get from the groups and social media. If you do some deep research, you would get that those details. They might like certain talk show, they might like certain dresses, they might like certain brand, they might like, you would know, teenagers, they talk about, immediately they become teenagers, they talk about Converse. I was like, what is that? It's a shoe brand, right? When I was growing up, it was called Canvas, Canvas shoes. It used to be in a Bata showroom. So if I say that, people will not identify themselves with. If I say Converse, people will identify themselves with me, because it is one of those easier terms to understand for them. Not for you, for them. So you kind of get that in it. So, and also, people don't say search, they say Google. For IT tech people, it is so easier for them, oh, let's Google them. The same thing is, let's search for them online. So there's a difference to it. So you can't talk the language. That is what connects. Those words connect to them. If that is why audience research is so important. You might say something and they might say something, and then they get to know you. Initially they might not. I was talking to Kez. She is one of the challengers, right? When I knew her about a year ago, all I knew her is for Body Shop. She has got a Body Shop franchise, independent business owner. But she talks about disability inclusions, she talks about disability support, she talks about how she can use that business to fundraise for the charities. So these are all important for me as well. Like a person, I am not a disabled person, but I would like that inclusion to be in my company or in my business. So I want to know, how can I get that idea from her, so that I can, when I talk to a person who is disabled in my business, who could use my service, I would know how to talk to them, so that I'm not getting them all saying wrong things to them and getting all like, oh, she doesn't like me. Because people are not going to tell you that that is not the right word. If they don't know you, if they know you, they might say, oh, that really put me off, don't say that to me. But it is not. When you are in a public platform like social media, you do need to use the right words so that they can connect with you. motivation, happiness, goal setting, they're all big words. But how is that going to work when you're using the language to it? Yes, you can use that as a hashtag or use that as a keyword phrase, but it has to be included in the in your copy or in your lead magnet or in your business, though on your websites. Those are the things which you need to think seriously about. And the third thing is value proposition. Value proposition, which we are going to see today. Let me share. It's already 10 minutes in. Let me share the screen. Before I do that, let me just move it. Yeah. Brilliant. So today is a value proposition. I use this map. I'm going to show you this template. It's not my template. We use in tech startups all the time when we are developing product, because it is used especially for the marketing purpose. It's used for the educating purpose. So the marketers would come and ask us these questions for them to draw up a message. So that message has to be right. So that is exactly what this is about. Let me move the screen here and the screen here, so that, oh my god, where is my bear with me, was not prepared as I was yesterday. So this is the value proposition way, why I want people to be learning about. These are the things you need to, when you break something down into smaller chunks, it is easier for you to digest. So I talked about audience identification. Be very, very specific. Just write down. You really don't need fancy things of this and that. Take a paper, write it down. Like, yes, I serve 20-year-olds, for example, or I serve 40-year-old who have moved past. Their kids have gone to the college or university or got married. Now they've got a little bit of time left in their hand. They don't know, they don't have that clarity. They think that they lost that joy because the kids are not there at home. So they want to feel that happiness. Where do they feel? It's already there. Everything is inside. It's your job to bring it out. So it's my job to bring this out to you. So this map we use in it's called Canvas, but it's a map as such. So what is the customer job? It's they use this term, forget about this term. This is about the problem they are having. Oh, I am not able to do this because I don't know about this, and I want. Okay, let me take an example of I want to be happy. Okay, that is a statement. That could be a job. And what are the pains which they are going through because they are not happy? When these two, the circle and the square bit, when it meets, this is where the customer fit is. Okay, so or client fit or anything which you can call. So this is your product. This is your the round bit is your customer, and they've got these problems. And the square bit is your is you as a product, as a service. You've got a product or a service. This will work with network marketing as well. It doesn't matter which marketing you're doing. Even if I say there is you're a network marketer, right? Like forever. let's say forever, because that's what I see quite a lot these days. So even Kez's job, which is body shop, a customer has got a problem that her skin is prone to pimples a lot. It doesn't matter, she's not a teenager, she's in her 40s, and that annoys her. At the same time, she thinks that she's a teenager. She doesn't have to tell people that she is 40 years old, or 40s. So the pain point is, why does she get is her skin not clean? That could be why the pimples are happening. It could be why her skin is changing because of menopausal stage, which she might not be in her late 40s, might be, but not in the early 40s. So you can decide on those things. Those are the pain points. When you talk about those pain points and you've got a pimple, you're not a teenager, how can you solve that? So her gain in this case is like, when you use this product, you would have glowing skin or clear skin, or you don't have to wear too much makeup if he or she doesn't like makeup. In 40s, you don't tend to wear that many makeups. You try to get natural look. So you can see where that is coming from, right? So that is where I've got a product which is going to solve the problem of this lady's pimple, and her pain relievers are, if I could just use less product and get this done with, or if she could buy one product and it solves many other problems for her. Those are the things which you could map out in yours. So in the lead magnet case, lead magnet, even though it is a freebie, it is a product in itself. It is a digital product in itself. You can sell that for $7 or $10 or $12. It doesn't matter. If you are going to sell that lead magnet, how much would you be selling that for? So let's put a mark saying you would sell that for $10. Okay, a check sheet, you can fact sheet, you can sell it for $10. You can sell it for $1, it doesn't matter. It is what is that value that is going to provide. Okay, for example, this lady has got a skin pimple problem. I've got a sample which is about 50 ml or 10 ml. It sells for $6. So I tell, this is only for $6. Try this out, you would get it. So you get all the details, because when she comes back saying it is not working for me, you need all those details to find out what she bought and how she got it, right? So that is a lead magnet, right? So that is what you're mapping here out. What is the problem they have, which is really pressing them down? Don't go generalizing it. She doesn't have a boyfriend. She doesn't have a happy relationship. She doesn't have this. Why not having a happy relationship, living with someone, is one group of people. Not having a happy relationship, living alone, is another group of people. Not having a good relationship, living alone, is another type of problem. So you have to just write down what are the pains which they are going for, what are the gains, what is that they want to achieve that would come from these two, and then you map your gain to the gain and your pain relievers to the pain relievers, so that she gets the result. Do you understand? Please type down if you understand. If you didn't, please ask me how to map out, because that is one of the things which you would do today as the task. So to understand that, these are the 3 questions you need to be asking to understand to fill in that map, value proposition map, you need to, why should they do business with you instead of your competitors? Why should they do business with you instead of your competitor? You know what competitors are offering, okay? And you know what they are. This is where one of your gain creators would play in role, because you either have suffered that through, you suffered that, you felt that it was not working for you, you got it, or your client, one of your client might have gone through that, or some family member would have gone through that. Those are the stories which you would think about. My competitor hasn't gone through this. I have gone through that, and I found that solution. That solution is this. I am going to share a little bit of that solution as a lead magnet to you. There is only gain for you. So in order for you to say that story or tell that story, you need to understand your competitors. You don't have to mention, I don't like to mention my competitors. You don't have to mention the competitors. You just move from that. Say, I know her, these are the pain points, these are the things. So this is where you would write down that. What are the benefits you're providing? I will talk about benefits and features in a little while, but this benefits is more psychological, okay? So it is more of like, I would feel, my skin would feel youngish, if that's the word, would feel a lot more cleaner, tighter, then I would buy that, because I move around 40-year-olds. When they say you look like 16-year-old, I would be happy, right? So that's the benefit. That is the happy. You see, that happiness comes from when my peers are saying to me, you look like a teenager. So that makes me happy, right? That's what the reaction I would get. So that is what the benefit, what are the psychological benefit they're going to get, or sometimes it could be physical benefit as well, but most of the time the benefits are psychological benefits. That is what we call psychographics mapping in client identification or client acquisitions. So that is write down, answer these questions. And what are their wants, pains, and needs? Want is different from need. Need is you need air to live. You need water to quench the thirst. You need bed to, or you need a place to sleep. Okay, so those are needs. Wants is, I want a comfy bed. You can sleep on the floor. It doesn't matter. You would be sleeping. You might not be sleeping comfortably, but comfy bed would be the want. Or it could be, I want a Nike shoe. I want a Tesla car. Those are wants. A car is a necessity to take you from one destination to another destination. You can even do that with a bicycle, or you can do that with a cart. You can even walk. But having a car would, the benefits of having a car would be like, I will save time, I will look posh, I would, it would cover me from weather conditions, and all of that are the benefits which you can attach to. So you just see how you would do it. Just don't go mad, don't get overwhelmed, just start with it. You would just go, it will do. So as I said to you, features and benefits. This is for a hose, watering hose, a gardening hose. There won't be any leaks when you use this water hose instead of the watering can, right? So you can stand a little bit further away, you can water, you won't get wet, and all of that are the benefits of using the watering hose instead of a watering can. So this is where you can find where the features and benefits are working. If you understand, do you think I should get my computers as freebies to truly understand? You can, and I do that regularly. Just wanted to find out what they're offering so that I can, if I'm offering the same, I've got to tweak it in such a way that it is not the same. That's what I do. I don't like to see the same thing, but sometimes the languages are going to be the same. Not much. When you see the webinars and stuff, you see these, it looks like a script. Everyone uses the same this. Your differentiation point at that level is your story, how you're connecting. This is why I am saying this, all of these things for the lead magnet. This lead magnet, whatever you're learning in these 5 days, if you do this, you can apply to your offers, you can apply to your posts, you can apply social media posts, you can apply to create a video. You really can multi-purpose this, if only you do this challenge diligently. And do, because it is like learning to bake. If you learn to bake Victoria sponge, you can make a chocolate fudge cake a lot easier because the ingredients are same, but there are some few tweaks you need to do, which to add, where, and what to cut off, what to add. Those things you can do. Or you do Victoria sponge cake for anyone who doesn't have allergies, but you want to make the same Victoria sponge cake for vegan. You can do that in a different way. So that is what this is all about. It is in your head, where you need to move from 1 to 2, right? So make note of all the pain points and micro problems. I say all, but you can go up till 10. If you can only find 3, start with that. Or find 1, start with that. It doesn't matter. Once you start something, other things will flow. Your brain just kicks in because that makes sense, and you'll be riding a bicycle or walking the dog or walking in the park, and that could be a problem. I am going to go and explore. You go and explore that problem. I think, yeah, I can talk about that. Even in the live, you can talk about the problems. When you talk about problem, people do. Unfortunately, people get so attached to their problems. If you talk about your problem and it resonates with them as their problems, they almost gel with you. People do get irritated when they say, oh, she always talks about negative, is because they cannot relate the problem which you're talking about. That is where they are like, oh, she talks about negative all the time. That's because you've got a pain and they don't know how to solve that pain. There is no plug for them to solve, and immediately your mind goes and thinks, she always talks negative. So this is where the relation comes in. And pick 1 or 3 problems, write down the benefits. Now map out the ideas which you can from yesterday. Do I create a checklist for this? Oh, okay. Something is triggering you to a fit. Not a physical fit. It's I'm talking about like anger fit. Someone says something and it works. It just goes. How do you go back to a happy place? That could be your product. Like, yeah, if someone triggers, So they remember immediately, oh, what is a checklist? Okay, I identify this emotion that I am going to tell something really what I would regret in 2 minutes later. So how do I reframe this? I reframe this either walk away, or I can stand there, smile, just a fake smile, and stand there and bear with it for a little bit. Or you can very well say, you can reframe it, say, okay, she was okay, all right, a couple of days ago. I don't know what her problem is. It's not my problem to get into angry fit. It could be those three are the solutions, right? So that is what the lead magnet could do. And now value that to whatever your proposition that lead magnet is going to do. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? If I am making sense, please do let me know. That is all we've got for today. So I will put this on and I'll put the post after. I have not scheduled that post for today. I will put that post immediately after I finish this, before I go for my haircut. I get my haircut done today. So that is all I've got for today. So if you've done your homework, please do let me know. I will have a feedback. Laura, I will give you the feedback for your assignments from yesterday. I have not looked at it fully. I was walking when I saw your first one, and I was literally going to bed when I was saw your second one. So I will do the feedback for you later today after I come back from my haircut and do a few other things which I have to do. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies. You made my day. Thanks a lot. And if you've got any doubts, please do type in, and keep that away. Laura, you are winning. For this month, we've got 2 weeks left, isn't it? Yeah, almost 1.5 weeks. So let's see. Keep your comments. You're the top engager for the month, and second is Samantha. So those things will be your you would get 30 minutes of my time, so you can pick my brain. Okay, that's all I've got to share with you. Bye for now. Have a great day. Bye.